All right, what's up, YouTube? What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the layup bar. All right, so I took a survey, right? Uh, we're going to get to that, but I also had an interesting find of a GPU performance post, and I want to really talk about it. So apparently, percentage of Steam users by GPU performance. So the mid-range market is the highest of 13%, which consists of the 2060, 2070, 2080, 2080 Super, 4060, 4070, 6700 XT. That's the most common GPUs in current market. Then we have 8% next over, next over. So they even got a potato spec. I'm just seeing that. But the real conversation I want to open up today was is the high end side. So the 4090 5090 is only 1%. Let that sink in, you guys. You have a 4090 or a 5090, you are literally a part of the 1%. So doesn't that feel strange, right? Like that really feels strange because it seemed like everybody has a freaking 4090 slash 5090. And it's not like that. And I just found it interesting, when I found this post, bro. The most liked post, well, comment under the post was, says what we all know, but some refuse to acknowledge the majority are not using high-end hardware. And I really feel like that says a lot. Um, so many users, it seemed like what I'm about to get at is if you have a high-end GPU or CPU, you are now in the minority. And there's something about being in the minority that has a lot of y'all loud. And listen, I'm not bashing anybody for having a 4090 or 5090. That's not what I'm trying to do. What I'm trying to get at is I said it under the guide post to sum up where I'm coming from. Is let's see. Yeah. So after seeing this 1.20%, it's literally right here. Somebody like a lot of people are paying attention to this, right? Either many are trolling or high-end users need some serious validation for their purchases. But even I feel like the internet will make you think everyone has a 5090. That's where I want to get at with this. Is the amount of people that will literally make you feel like you are missing out on something and you need to catch up and do this and do that. You are the 1%. So either you really need validation for the money you spent or you a true gamer. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just seeing this. There's more people on a 4080, 4080 Super than they are on 4090, 5090s. And I'm on a 4080 Super. One thing we don't see on here is the 9000 series. I even put up the Steam hardware surveys, right? And even here, I don't see anything about the 9000 Radeons. So maybe the information is just not ready yet still, which is odd. I guess this is what you call public research is what I'm doing, you guys. Literally what we doing. Video images. See? From a quick browse from the I'm looking for the most current date. is saying that Nvidia has achieved. Because I listen to a bunch of podcasts too, you guys. I have so much time on my hand, and it's true that the 50. It's true that the 5090. No, it's true that the Nvidia AMD had a strong launch initially, but what screwed AMD up, honestly, is the not MSRP, not sticking to MSRP. I could say that because I spent 700 on my 9070 XT for my second build slash girlfriend build, and it's a nice GPU. Honestly, it's really what a lot of y'all need. A lot of y'all don't really need the video. Y'all might think y'all need the video, but a lot of y'all really don't need the video. Oh, I messed it up. Fuck. But yeah, like I was saying, a lot of y'all don't need the video. That's what I'm trying to say. You will be just fine with a 9070 XT, but I get it. Not everybody. People just want to stick to what they know, and that's okay. But this is just interesting for sure because they consider 3090, 3080, 4070, 5070, 6900 XT, 5070, 40. All this is considered high end. Now, take it how you want to take it. I'm not going to question it. I mean, there's some people questioning some of these, and I kind of want to. Like a 4070 Super, is that high end? Are you serious? A 4070? But, we're being honest, my 2060 Super allowed me to play some 4K 2042 Battlefield. So, it's possible. If it's depending on, I really feel like it's how you frame it. Because we really don't understand how powerful these GPUs really are, you guys. And I'm speaking from a 4080 Super 5700 X3D. And one thing people need to also understand, because we're all like, whoa, we didn't expect these numbers to be this low. Because we barely made up 10%. High end barely make up 10%. And that says a lot. But on the internet, everybody is just screaming that you're broke and you're this and you're that. And it's just redundant is what I'm coming from, you guys. This is just getting redundant. So that was really just what I wanted to get at is either you have the top one and you need to just clown people to make yourself feel better, or you just enjoy being top end gaming. There's nothing wrong with that. Just enjoy it. Don't try to play the next man, because realistically, I could have had a 5090 if I really wanted to. I didn't have to build a second PC, but I did. And it suits me well because now my 4080 Super can really breathe. And I have the full unlocked power of my 4080 Super. To those guys who are not streaming, if you just hopping on here and just playing the game, you are using your GPU for the full utilization as it's meant to be. And you don't really need a 4080 to 5090. A lot of people don't need these high-end GPUs, bro. Like y'all let the internet fool y'all and the YouTube tech pushing all these products fool y'all. You don't need a high-end GPU. If you're not doing any type of production work, anything like that, any type of photo, game making, anything that requires a lot of VRAM and stuff, 16 gigabytes is all you really need. And in the real world, I don't actually know too many people who have. I have the strongest computer around me from people I know, and it's not a flex. I'm just saying, like, when you really think about it, I'm high end. I don't know nobody else around me. The second to me has a 5800 X2D, which is a better chip. I wish I had that. I could have had my chance, but I wish I had a 5800 X2D, and he has a 3080. And my 4080 Super is pretty up there. So, that's just him. I got other homeboys. My old homeboy got my old 2060 Super for, I gave it fun for the low. And he's playing Tarkov and all that, And he's just fine. He has a 5800 XT, same chip as my streaming PC that's recording all of this. And Well, it's actually, I'm quoting off this one, but I was trying to, and I'm having fucking hiccups. I need to figure out how to get my camera from this PC and send it to that PC for playback. So I'm still learning this do PC stuff, but overall streaming and stuff, everything is just way easier now after I dealt with fucking headache of all of that crap. But yeah, so it's just very interesting to see this information. And we even have the Steam hardware survey. You know, if some people don't want to believe that, I feel like you should, be able to at least believe this more. And when you look here too, it's the same thing. You know, let's see where we can find it. So we got the 4090 at 0.86%. $5080 at 0.80. The 5090 is even below that, I believe. Look how far we got to scroll down to find a 5090. I could have passed it. I'm not trying to act like I'm trolling. Let's make sure. This shit's kind of small. God damn. Let's see. Where the hell is the 5090? 4080 Super, 0.74, 4070 Ti. I don't know if this is in order, so this is a high percent. I don't really know how they got this damn thing laid out. 0.66. Yo, I cannot find the 5090, and I saw it earlier. The 5090 is on here, you guys. It was like a 0 point something. It was very low. Very low. Right here. 0.29%. 0.29%. Like, literally, bro. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. I'm sorry, guys. I gotta get used to this. I need to get a longer USB-C cord so I can have my thing closer to me so I can just press sounds on command. I know, guys. We're working on things, but yeah, bro. So you see some Radeon cards, is pretty cool. No 9000 series, which is actually weird because I know they're out there. Less people really ain't buying them, which I find that hard to believe. And it's just, I even had another article pull up. Let's just knock out two birds with one stone type stuff. Let's just knock out two birds with one stone. Because I did another survey that I found really interesting a while back. See, I have an algorithm feed on freaking Facebook. I'm really good on Facebook algorithm. I can't understand why YouTube can't fucking follow up. I need you guys to really just give me a like. That's it. I'm putting a lot of work behind scenes, and I know a lot of y'all don't give a fuck. Let's be honest, because everybody don't. But for those who do, just give me a like, please. And that's really all I ask for, bro. Even if you can press subscribe, even better. That's really what I would like more. You are actually in the 1%. You are literally showing that you're different by subscribing. I'm not trying to force people to do that. I'm just saying that, like, not a lot of people just do that. And that's every channel. The biggest channels either don't get as much views as subscribers or whatever. You know what I'm trying to get at. I'm just trying to get you to subscribe. But pretty much, I had a little point. I kind of lost it. But let's get back to this. So this was another survey I took. And I wanted to find out the results of the screens. What screens is everybody using? Because people found it shocked to believe that people play on a big screen TV with a computer. And I found that freaking crazy, bro. Like, just reading that back. So it baffles a lot of people to have your piece up to a TV. So they only think we play on small screens, specifically 27 inches. Let's see. I asked all the guys, right? And the truth is, the results are in. 40% of people are playing on just 24, 27-inch screens. I used to be like that. My second display, I believe, is a 27. I have a 32 right now that I'm using primary, and it's nice. And that's my go-to for anything. I say 32, mostly 4K. You know, if you're going 2K or 1080p, a smaller screen will be better for your image. At least it will look more clear because it's a smaller picture size screen. But if you're going 32 inches or bigger, I feel like 1440p and 1080p looks a little pixelated, in my opinion. But I have spoiled eyes by this luxury gaming PC, and a lot of people don't even understand that too. A lot of y'all think gaming, like high-end gaming PCs, is a waste of money, but you have to understand that YouTube isn't showing y'all what we're seeing. You have to see a native 4K experience for your own eyes on a high-end PC. Not no PS5 Pro. We ain't even gonna talk about PS5. Not no Xbox Series X. None of these different devices y'all talking about. We're talking about actual 4K native PCs. Those consoles are lying, y'all. They're upscaling. You know, I'm sorry to burst the bubble for people who haven't had a bubble burst. But so we have 32% of people are actually on ultra wide monitor slash, big picture setups. I need to get more stuff on my soundboard. I'm sorry, guys. We're gonna be repeating some of the same songs. I'm gonna have it quiet. I'm gonna get this stuff dialed in. But we got a 32% for ultra wide, and I had to add this one late because some people had both in the same room. And then when we looked it up, it was true that 16% of people actually did play on a TV, or slash a buffer setup. So we're still out here. 60% is decent. This is just a small Facebook community of this is a big community, probably I think a couple million people at least. I'm not gonna lose this article, but we had 874 votes, which is a high number. It's enough. It's enough of a number to at least get some data. And we had some comments too. See, people. I know the biggest thing people say is the latency is a huge issue on PC. Some people say they tried a 65-inch TV. If for some reason they played a lot worse, so they stick to their 1440p. It sounds like a user error. I'm gonna be honest, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you. TV can look really good, mostly if you're pairing it with a nice TV. Like my S90C is a nice TV, and I paid a lot of money for it. I don't even want to know the real story behind that. We all make mistakes in life. I paid too much money for that damn TV. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, but I like it. I got like a dope, but it's an OLED, so it goes up to 144 hertz, and it has true blacks. A lot of TVs are locked to 60 hertz, and it's terrible. I'm sorry, it's terrible. I'm like today's years old. This is a little tangent. I'm today's years old that I found out just yesterday that the Steam Deck can play 2K resolution at 1440, at 144 hertz. Because I was always like, why can't I get this 4K to go past 60 hertz? And I had to finally Google it, just not Googling things, and realize that I could have played at a higher refresh rate that whole time. And I had this Steam Deck for like 2 years. But yeah, so I remember making this post because I was more upset at the fact that so many games don't get a PC port, and I just find that daunting. I find it stupid. If you took the ability to make a split screen experience for console, why literally go out your way to take it away from PC, bro? Like, to get people to not get co-op. I don't know how much truth is to that, but it do seem like that. It seems like maybe Sony and them or the developers are paying people. I don't know. That's a little too deep. But it is one of those things that I do find weird that a lot of games on console get split screen capability and us on PC don't. Some games do, like Path of Exile 2. I just got that recently. I got it for dirt cheap. And I'm able to play with my partner. And it's a nice time. and I noticed a couple of the games, Way Out, that were still on. I heard Split Fiction or something like that. I heard it was a really good one. We do need more split screen experiences on PC. And I did this survey to kind of really get a gauge of how many people are playing on TVs and stuff. And it does show that there's less of a market for people that wants to play on their couch. And, it's not likely you're going to have people sitting up on a 24, 27-inch side-by-side playing on it. You know, but I know there's people out there who does it. So I'm not even acting like they're not. So I was just mad at that because I bought Borderlands 4 and I couldn't split screen it. And I mean, it didn't kill it for me, but it was one of those like, why? I have a PC that's fully able to do split screen and still get butter smooth frame rate. Why give it to freaking console and lock it under 30 FPS? Like, who the fuck? Like, I'm sorry, you guys, but I envy you guys. Not really, but in the sense of if you can play a game at 30 FPS on console and just really enjoy it, more power to you, bro. Like, do I got a question? Yeah. More power to you. Because I can't. I'm being so honest. I can't do it. So there was that. And that's while we're at it. Let's find my last survey. So, okay, so this is I have the TV set up. I remember doing one more survey. Let's just get it while we got it. If I can find it. Or did I not do one more survey? Yes. Final survey. We're going to play this song one more time. Final survey. So, I'm just curious. I was curious on what resolution people played on because the Steam chart showed, so the Steam hardware shows for common displays. If we're playing, I'm literally I'm under the 5% of players playing 4K. And then we have the newest resolution is even smaller. Everybody's getting on, I think it's 5K or something like that, whatever you call that crap. And then, so 1080p 1080p is still the most common by a long run. And why is you guys not upgrading your goddamn monitors, bro? To each his own. The more frames, win games, whatever BS you gotta claim. I understand a lot of people don't got it, but I am just shocked to see that. I'm gonna be real with y'all, because 1440p has gotten so affordable. We're not even at Black Friday, and I know 1440p is affordable. Maybe I'm in a different bracket when it comes to finance, because I'm far from rich, you guys. I'm 24. I'm telling y'all this now, and I have a crib. I've been on pretty much on my own. Me and my partner for 3 years in an apartment. So, I'm blessed, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, I don't have it like that, But yeah, you guys are being stubborn, bro. I get my homeboy my old 1440p monitor, and he was very wild by it, and I'm just surprised. Look, 100. Come on, guys, we're not even on Black Friday, bro. 1080p, get off 1080p. I'm sorry. I understand some people out there don't got it for real, but get off 1080p. 1440p is so cheap now. Look at this, bro. It's like a $20 difference, bro. Now this one's a little different, but you're paying for a refresh rate. Some of y'all don't even understand the concept of refresh rate out here. Refresh rate makes the game smoother. If you have the PC to run the game, if you have a 2060 or 1060 or anything slow and you are enjoying it, cool. But just know somebody out there has a 4080, 5090, 4070 Ti, 6900 XT, whatever, and 9070 XT, stuff like that, and they have an advantage over you. Truthfully, they really have an advantage over you. So, all right, I'm tired of hearing the same fucking song. I need to get more music in my catalog. But yeah, I just took some surveys and I found all these surveys pretty interesting. And it's only 20% of us. So maybe what it seems like. What the fuck is this shit? I lost that goddamn article. Okay. So maybe the enthusiasts get it, because anybody in a Facebook group, you are an enthusiast. You know, if you just started the Facebook group, guess what? You have now promoted into enthusiasts. Because you have a drive, you have a something in you that makes you more committed than a lot of people. Some people don't care to. But in this group, 57% of people are on 1440p. So you even got the amount of people on lower than 1080p. I'm sorry, I can't. Just no. You gotta get on 1080p at least minimum. 1080p is doable. I literally paid for a dual mode monitor where I can do 4K 1080p. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't really use the 1080p mode too much. To its credit, I am kind of bottleneck at 1080p, kinda, just a little bit more than 4K. 4K is perfect for me, for my resolution. If I really want to scale down, I'm upscaling, and I can upscale from 4K. I'm at 1080p back to 4K, and I still get more frames, playable. Battlefield, I'm enjoying, but I'm getting more than enough in Battlefield. I'm ranging native 120 something. When I'm starting to scale and whatever, I'm getting like up to almost 200 if I scale everything low enough. So it's like I have a beast computer, I know, but definitely I need to start showing off this monitor more. I did before; it didn't really do well, but I'm part of the 1%. I'm in the top end, and I'm not trying to just make all y'all spend your money, but some guys out here, y'all do for upgrade, and a lot of y'all feel like y'all don't need it because it's not worth it or whatever. But you have to understand, a lot of times you won't see it until you have it physically. YouTube isn't going to do you justice. It might OLED, you can see a difference and stuff like that on screen, but you have to really, mostly GPU and frame. YouTube will not go past 60 frames for whatever fucking reason. I think Twitch might goes up a little bit more. I don't really use Twitch, but I think it does. But even then, a lot of people displays don't even go up that high anyway. So yeah, bro, that's it, you guys. I just want to just talk with y'all, and I just did, like I said, so we knocked out 3 surveys in one video of what I did, and I just want to just gather information on the whole PC landscape for 2025. This ever changing freaking thing with tariffs and all this other crap going on. Things is definitely tight now, but with the holiday season coming up, a lot of people are eyeing their next product, their next thing. So I'll recommend anybody next to really just get a better monitor. Definitely a better monitor. Monitor prices are very affordable, mostly on holiday. Nice deals. I can understand people waiting on GPUs a little bit because the GPUs are pricey, but those guys are on potatoes. What was that article at again? Why do I have everything so fucking mixed up? Any of you are on these potatoes, you need to upgrade. I'm gonna have my hot take for the end. Get off of these. Get off all of this potato shit. If you are in the low end, I do know a homeboy on the RX 580. He's playing Tarkov. He has, I think he has the 9600X. He has a nice chip, but with a trash GPU. But he's playing Tarkov. He's fine. That game likes his CPU. So this is pretty accurate to me. Some things is a little questionable, but this is actually pretty accurate in my opinion. But if you are on any of these, you are okay for now. But you should start saving up. And if you're here you're fine. For those who are enjoying the 2060 Super, it's fine. It did the job, but for me, I had the 3600 on top of that, and Unreal Engine 5 killed that for me. Well, my main game, I play mobile, and I was barely getting 60 FPS trying to stream at low settings. Smite 2. So I had to get off of that. But either way, yeah, it's just really interesting to see how many of how small of a graph this is and how loud they are compared to everybody else. Don't follow this crap up, guys. People be on the end of that line for clout. I don't know what they for self-achieve. I don't know what it is, but I did enough yapping. The song in it. That's my cue. Like, subscribe, check in.